Well, this is year. This is the third year. A bunch of us classmates over at BBC decide to go to the Genesis round dance, the Miskanawa round dance. Miskanawa is a indigenous. It's not. They don't just serve indigenous families. They serve all families, but they serve with the indigenous familiar child rearing values. However, the Miskanawa have been. I'll be donating them. I'll be donating more to their services in the future. They've been hosting a round dance every so often over at Genesis Center in the northeast of Calgary, and this is the third year we've done this. Of course, I had more hair, less graying hair, and it looked a lot younger. Go figure. 3 years in the future, right? So, sorry about that. Blah. It's kind of gooey and cold out there, so we're going through a cold wave, but it'll be heating up later on. So they sometimes as part of their gift giving tradition, they offer gifts to the crowd, and they offered my friend, I'll call her M, this weird scented fragrance diffuser, and take away this here. I'm not sure what this does because I'm a dude, and not to say that dudes can't use this, and that's kind of sexist, but I don't really. But we're not traditionally. We're not. I don't know. It's not really common to use this. So some kind of strange oil. It becomes some kind of Christmas. This is Christmas tree scented. Mmm. Okay, so it's got this kind of piney, kind of Lysol kind of piney smell to it, but it's not because it is a Christmas tree flavored. And I'm not sure how to use this, but these are little sticks you put into it. So I'm going to assume that the instructions are in the back here, but they're in English. So, but my wife in Vietnam can read it. So I'll be sending her this package. I'll be sending her this package to her in the future. I had to break open the seal to open it up, of course. But it smells pretty good. So let's see here. Oh boy. Remove cap from bottle and place sticks inside. Allow time for the ends to absorb the oil. Remove the sticks from the bottle and flip them around so that the dry ends are facing down and the saturated ends are in the air. Step 3 and 5. Step 6. Place unsaturated dry end sticks into the bottle. Let your reed diffuser naturally permeate your space. Your reed dispenser will continue to evaporate into the air, creating a subtle, luscious scent. So, open this up. I'm not going to do it because I want to give my wife the fullness of this. Stick one end of the stick into here. Let it sit there for a few minutes and get really soaked. Then flip them around so the dry ends are facing down and the saturated fins. So go like this. Flip it up. So go like this. Put one end in there. Let it get all soaked up. Then flip it upside down. Then let it get it. Then let the bottom get soaked up. I assume. That's there. Okay, so we put this into the bottom and let's let it sit there, and then the smell will kind of make the smell will kind of make the smell good in the room. Okay, I think it's better if we just use the evaporator oil. But this is Christmas tree flavored and pine flavored, and apparently pine cleans out the gunk in the lungs. Puts more vegetation into the lungs, and I guess these are just regular sticks. So these are regular sticks that you could put into the oil, and then we could find regular toothpick sticks like this, and I could probably find some more for my hun, or my wife could find more little wooden sticks like this. I think maybe it's wood, maybe it's bamboo. Oh, okay, but we can So I'll give this to her in the next fun box. The fun box is a reference to as with the other videos I've been sending, I've been making of us sending our gifts back and forth. Gifts back and forth. I'll send this in the next gift. So I'll put it here for now. And this is because her mother is not that she's very ill or anything. It's that her mother, through old age, regular old age, needs to see doctors much often, especially regarding the condition of her heart, which is very common. So this, in theory, these oily smells will kind of make it so the up here muscles are relaxed, the blood flows, yada yada yada, the lungs flow, she gets good cardiopulmonary circulation, sending more nutrients to her heart, yada yada yada. Lives as long as possible until we can invent stem cells and cloning and grow her a new heart. That's actually in the making. I'm not sure how far in the making it is, how far in the CRISPR it is, but this will actually have a profound effect on providing an incentive for people to quit whatever addictions they're on, so they have another chance. If they're sincere, they should have free healthcare to regrow their damaged organs, i.e., drinking, liver, that kind of thing. In the meantime, I'll continue to donate. I'll continue to donate to Liver Foundation and such organizations. But indigenous organizations such as Miskanawa will get a priority. Indigenous Gathering Space gets priority. Inspire gets priority. I'm not sure you can donate directly to the neighboring FN communities such as Siksika. At the round dance too, a leader, a community activist leader within the community, can't say who she is based on the laws of FOIP. I can't even say it. Well, I said the gender already, and it's too late now. But there's lots of indigenous female leaders out there. She's just one of the many ones who continues to fight the good fight, and she's adopted me and Comrade M in the field of into the nation, which is located very close to Calgary. Could be Ghana, could be Siksika, could be Pukani. Oh no, that's Pukani is way too far. You have to go off a little bit. Could be. You have to go near Pincher Creek towards the mountains. You have to go. Buffalo Head smashed. But the Buffalo Head smashed in national site. Buffalo Head smashed in park. You see archaeological site, and it's a spiritual site to the Blackfoot people. Was one of the many buffalo jumps. They corral the buffaloes to there because it's really tough to kill them individually. These buggers are smart and strong, so you have to kind of corral them into off the edge. But throughout the years, it's been filled up by many buffaloes' bodies, and also, of course, the buffaloes then decay into soil, which then flow everywhere to disperse throughout the Nitsitapi lands to keep the lands cycle, the fertilization cycle going. That's how I view it. But that's the Buffalo Head jump. So I'm saying that I can't tell you which nation it is, but it's very close to Calgary. It could be Setchana, it could be Southern Dakota, Hey Nakota. Like Hey Nakota, which is divided into 3 different nations itself: Wesley, Pearsball, and Chiniki. They're all Sioux nations. I'm not sure how the Sioux migrate up here. Perhaps they migrated years ago, and also during they settled up here, They had a treaty. They settled northwards from Dene. They are Dene tribe, Dene nation, from the Beaver tribe. They're offshoot from the Beaver people. I'm not I'm not sure how the story goes there, but they should have lore keepers and story and knowledge keepers and bundle keepers who explain who can explain the lore of there. I mean, it's very interesting to understand the lore of where your people are from, the storylines of how your people came to be, from how your family came to be, settled from up north down north and settle a new world, settle into a new zone. That's very exciting, and it's very exciting for me and another ally, who's also a student over at the BBC. Uh, we are allies, and so that's what my wife got, and that's what I'm getting my wife in her next fun box. So be on the lookout for that. So this is a Christmas tree diffuser, aromatherapy for my for her. But I prefer if she gives it to her mother-in-law just to make her mother-in-law's recovery more facilitated until we can create new age technology to extend an elder's life. I really want this for our baby boomers. You know, they gave us hippieism. They gave us a lot of bad stuff too, but they gave us a lot of good stuff too. They gave us awesome rock music. They gave us awesome the '70s show. They gave us pot. I don't smoke pot for that often. I'm way too old for that. My lungs are way too unelastic. So COPD is you're putting dust into your lungs, and yeah, when you're young you can do it. When you're old, you shouldn't do it. Well, I want to live for a long time. I actually want to enjoy my money when I'm older and actually get in get into better shape. It's just really funny how I keep on peaking at 40. You know, they say that you peak at 40, and 40 is your peak experience age, and then it all starts going downhill from there. So, who was our companions during the drown dance? It was another classmate named M, not the same M as the girl M, and another classmate named S, and those were only two. In the past, there were so many classmates and so many classmates going to the round dance. I guess Yolanda's class. This isn't Yolanda's class isn't teaching that anymore, or perhaps because the school was really tight on reconciliation, especially in the case of in the wake of UNDRIP, the United Nations resolution for Indigenous, and also there was also a big push for UNDRIP. There was also a big push for reconciliation, 20 calls to action, or 40 or a number of calls to action. In the after the TRC, the Truth and as part of the TRC, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission over the indigenous residential schools, and also the missing Indigenous women as part of the TRC. And there was a lot. A few years ago, there was lots of activity within the Indigenous community. I don't know, more was up. Was really up, and then I guess what happens is the leadership eventually trickles out, burns out, or they start graying, and they start concentrating on their education, or they start concentrating on getting more in tune to they start getting more in tune to different priority projects, i.e., education. And it's up to the next generation of younger students, or next generation of students, that keep on pushing for this change. civil rights movement, women's rights movements. It's all human rights movements. We've been doing this since Jesus walked the earth, and he Jesus, the ultimate rebel, just chimps out in the temple, just casting away all sorts of human corruption and the like financial corruption inside the temples and whatnot, and he rebukes the corrupt nature of the Herodian dynasty and Herodian regime and the Roman regime, and this basic rottenness of humans. Basically a corrupt system. It's not saying that humans are assholes. It's just that we live in a very corrupt world, and every so often we need someone to shake it up. And I guess I guess we just went through a really awesome, like 3 years ago, we went through a really awesome indigenous resurgence. So I'm hoping that we can continue this momentum as long as possible. Eventually, sadly, with a lot of humans, our bodies age, my body age, your body ages. I got the gray going now. I can see a little bit of gray going there now. And then we have to start raising our families, start raising our kids. Then the process starts all over again. We still make really awesome progress during our little period, but therefore we try to extend the period longer. Try to extend the period longer, and I don't know why this says 73 on it. It's just a shirt. It's just a my nighttime clothing. So here's to hoping that we can continue to push for Indigenous rights, and the classmates that are graduating from this program, they continue to fight this intergenerational curse that a man has put onto us as humans. Going to school is not just going to school and getting a job, but going to school, becoming very active in school, becoming very active for many years as professionals in a job or in the human service job especially. But it is expected that we do enter retirement. So I'm not ready to retire, not by a long shot. I don't see myself retiring until I'm in 70. I fully intend to work until I'm into my 70s. If my dad can do it, then so can I. My dad has no choice because he has to raise a teenage daughter now. So he's stuck with her for another 3 more years. She's in grade 7 now, so about roughly grade 7. He's got 5 more years at least. So yeah, each generation has a little bit of a progress, but what little progress we make now is really important. We can't fix the world. That's the first thing they're going to teach us in this when we come up with these programs. I'm in the program developing course now as part of my addiction studies, and yeah, you can't save the world, can't save the whole world, but you can make tiny incremental safe improvements to it. For example, we're trying to undo the misappropriation of God's name. For the past 2020 years, humans have been misappropriating the name of Jesus, using it to further some kind of greed or some kind of agenda, the very things that Jesus fought against. Jesus was basically fighting for human rights. Stand up, protect those in prison. Protect those in prison. It's not about he wanted you to become consciously aware that people are are marginalized out there. You have to go and defend them, and it's not about shouting a bunch of weird Bible verses at them or shoving a Bible up down their throats. No, it's about these Bible verses just basically remind us of Jesus' teachings, which was based on non-stop caring for another human being. It's just nothing to say that we're all sinners. I don't know where that comes from, but it's also that we are in a lot of trouble because we've gone corrupt. We always go corrupt. For the past 2020 years, this whole church is corrupt. All churches are corrupt. All churches are corrupt. And the main message of Jesus was to help people live comfortably during this age of corruption, this age of fallenness, and using the organization of the church to stand up for another human dignity, stand up for another human's rights. And sadly, all churches, Protestant and Catholics, have failed to do this one simple task: just love each other. So the indigenous people are recovering. They are hopefully going to recover their territories, their civilization. Well, what's left of it, anyways? What's left of whatever the colonial powers will, and the colonial powers are getting a lot weaker. Each passing generation of indigenous builders, fighters, who are survivors, the colonial power gets weaker, and that's very good. As a Canadian citizen, I'm saying that's very good. We need to have more equality. We need to have more equal partnership. We need to honor our treaties. We need to honor our indigenous hosts, and it's a very exciting time, actually. I'm sure in the future there'll be cycles of inactivity and activity as we keep on resting, recovering, and attacking again, resting, recovering, attacking again. I totally intend to keep on doing this for the rest of my life until I draw a breath, to keep on, because it's not every day. It's not every day you can help humans recover to what's lost, their lost world, and this ultimately makes humanity richer. So that's my take on the whole 2020 round dancing. This is perhaps the 11th, Miskanawa's 11th round dance. That's what it says on the banner. So here's to another 11 years. Here's to another decade, 2020, and I hope that by 2030, when I'm really older and grayer, like the rest of the elders I see there, I hope I'm wiser, hope I'm smarter, hope I've lost a lot of weight. If I have gained a lot of weight in those 30 years, then I'm dumb. I'm dumber. So hopefully Miskanawa can keep on. And if you want to look at the actual footage, I have the footage on my camera, but I don't know. I didn't take much videographic this year because in the other subsequent years I've posted lots of round dancing videos. I will post them in the future once I start getting more motivated to do it, more energetic to do it as well. And yeah, that's Miskanawa. That's the 2020. Same. The DJs are there. The drummers are there. It's a Genesis place. It's one of the tenants of Genesis place tenants for the month for the evenings. You have a steady tenant. I donated blank money. I donated a sizable amount. And I will donate even more to the 50-50 draw. And my first night there back in like 3 years ago, I won the 50-50 draw, and I put that towards my wife's trip to. Well, I decided to put her at the time. We were trying to save up for World Youth Day. I was just telling her it was very fun and I felt very energetic, and I've gone there. I've enjoyed myself at World Youth Day, and that's when I was really younger, like no gray hairs, no nothing, no pokey hairs, no nothing. And in her case, yeah, she was saving up for it for a while, but then the monks, the priests who were in charge of her group, kind of did something very strange. They increased an extra night layover in Dallas or Antonio or San Antonio or someplace, because last year it was in Panama City. which is very strange because they claimed that it would have been charged. It would save them money if they were able to fly into Pan or fly in through San Antonio versus Panama. But the thing is, they have to spend a few nights there in San Antonio. So I'm not sure if you have to spend a few more extra nights there. Why would you spend more money? I don't know what kind of math formula these guys were on, or what these guys were on when they created such a strange math formula. But that kind of spooked my wife, and she kind of said no. She refunded her ticket, or her spot on the refunded her spot on the thing on her ticket, and she kept the money. And we decided to give the money. Well, she decided to give the money to pay for her rent and stuff and recover such debts. Because the idea was that I would pay. She'll use her own money to pay, and then I would reimburse her with the money I'm saving up here. I saved a lot of money. I won a lot of money from the my first night at the my first round dancing night. I won the 50-50 draw, and the time just fucking slowed down. Oops, I should have said that because my wife's swear jar. But time just slowed down. I mean, yeah, just time just slowed down. I was going, what the? I was lost in some kind of chrono. That's a wonderful feeling too. So I hope that I was able to. My donation. I bought a bunch of raffle tickets from 50-50 tickets. The pot was at 428 or 408. 408. Yeah, I remember now. 408. So I'm sure my $60 bought a bunch of tickets that improved the odds of the winner. And then I had the volunteers divvy out the spread out the 50-50 draw tickets, and that's what I'll do again next year. But this time I'll donate even more than the blank amount. My wife doesn't want me speaking about money in regards to amounts, because just in case someone's watching this video can reverse engineer where I live and then rob us. We're actually pretty poor here. Actually, we're just a lower. We're middle class, but we're not the lowest of the middle class, but we're just about there. Middle class, or lower middle class, lower middle class, so somewhere in between. Roughly. We don't make enough here. The house is really old, and it needs lots of renovations here. Really, there's nothing you don't see nothing in the background, because there's nothing really here. So, anyways, I got to continue my studies. I am doing a project with my classmates. I'm doing a project with my classmates, part of the Map the System 2020. So I gotta start getting getting my act together, and start compiling research ideas, start compiling research. I'm working with 3 other groups too, so we're gonna be coming up with a program, a campaign, and some other thingamajig. And again, another relapse prevention campaign, a program, and another project. And those are those 3 projects we just have to work on. There's no tests. There's no other weird assignments. Well, there are some weird assignments. Just very few of them, though. We're down to our last 3 classes. Then we're down. No, the last 3 full classes. The last super block. Then we're down to 2 classes, 1 semester, and 2 other classes. And this semester will total 4. Then I don't know if I'm going to take a time off to relax, maybe just shoot some ayahuasca, and just, I don't know, have Mother Ayahuasca punish me, but also say that I'm doing a good job, but also punish me for not performing as adequately as I tried. Well, given my actual life vocational skills, I actually think I did damn pretty well. For a human that's very disabled and had a lot of things against me, at least I tried. I mean, my heart was in the right place. I tried my damnest hardest, and I just burnt out. My all this Queen information in here. The Queen. So what about that? It's just like Go Goes to School Part 3, I guess. Part 3 of the year. 2019, 2020. This is perhaps the second video of the year. Go Goes to School. This is just basically just me talking about school, talking about life, and just me just blabbering about for a few hours and for half an hour or so. Welcome to our 30-minute mark. We're damn tired. I mean, like I said, I've been doing multiple rounds of brown dancing. Oh, and a classmate of ours, well, an ex-classmate of ours, she a troublemaking one, anyways. She brought her kids over, and she's indigenous, so she has to know that indigenous people dance according to clockwise, according from left to right, i.e., west to east. Or so it rises in the east and sets in the west. Okay, so clockwise. Yeah, clockwise. Anyways, I don't know. It's not west to east. It should be east to west. But it's dancing clockwise, and therefore, I think that's the way the world spins. Anyways, left, right to left, or something. And her kids were dancing in the opposite direction. So we're going, what the? So then the kind of I don't know, her kids were going in the opposite direction to us. So we're going, then we're used to going. So we are like going, what the? Because we had kind of reversed, make the round dancing circle reversed. And then we decided to reverse the reverse, and that was the right way. So then after this lady comes up to us and explains to us that we were doing it wrong. Well, we were doing it right the first place, but then that crazy student who's well known for her shenanigans, her trickster-like shenanigans. Just pretend she's trickster. Pretend she's a Heyoka, a backwards person, a backwards con person. I hate she's Heyoka is like considered crazy, but a trickster in a crazy kind of way. So maybe she's actually a Heyoka in disguise, even though she's not from Heyoka territory, which is, I believe, Navajo. I think, where she's a Anishinaabe. So I'm sure that there's lots of trickster characters, and she's one of them. I mean, she's really weird out there. I mean, one time she actually attacked us with badger curse medicine, and it's my magical lighter. I haven't used this lighter in many years. Try not to use lighters to light cigarettes or butane lighters to light cigarettes or joints, because it's really toxic, and you're sucking in the vaporized vapors. Use this to light fires instead. The fluids will last for a very long time. Fluids will last very long time, and you can also refill the fluid. You can also refill them with a lighter fluid refill at the bottom here. You can get the lighter refill if you have a favorite lighter, but these lighters are disposable. We have like lots of lighters at home. We use them for candles. But yeah, if you want to light, it's more safe. Not to say smoking is unhealthy, but that, at least you have one less toxic waste to worry about. But more about this Heyoka lady. So yeah, last time we saw her, she's graduated a long time ago. She's one of the original students who graduated from 2016 from 2016 cohort. So my cohort actually. And yeah, she's caused a lot of trouble. I don't know. She's caused a lot of trouble with another classmate. Cast badger medicine on him, which is some kind of curse medicine on him. Badger medicine on him to kind of curse him and he's recovering from ailment from another. He said that he fired a worker who was extremely lazy, but then he kind of cursed him with also badger medicine, I guess, or some kind of weird, some kind of strange indigenous curse, and that's contributed. And he believes that's what's contributing to his incurable immune disorders. Like he's got a lot of very rare illnesses that the doctors can't figure out what the hell is wrong. So he believes it's part of this curse. But he's able to persevere. He graduated a long time ago, not a long time ago, but last semester, and is now working in the field of human rights up in Edmonton area. He went back for his stuff. So and she she cursed him. I don't know why she cursed him. And she was also causing problems at the Nikokan, which is the Indigenous Student Center. She was also causing problems causing problems for a lot of us. I know, especially for SOAR. Trying the SOAR club, the Reconciliation SOAR club, and yeah, there's a lot of problems. And so yeah, so it doesn't even faze me what she does anymore. One time she was very foamy. She went to a meeting. We told her, no, you can't join us again because you're causing problems with us. And it's sore, and she stormed out of there. You know, it's her idea it was her idea also to not allow non-indigenous allies to join the club, which actually is a violation of BBC rules, actually, because all clubs are BBC because it's funded by BBC, SABBC, the Students' Union, the Students' Association is BBC, a private office within the building that supports the growth of the college. There's actual paid staff and whatnot. They what did they do? I'll be donating money to that too when I graduate, if I graduate. Yeah, she started some you can't have non-indigenous, you can't have discrimination. You have to have everybody because it's student funded, so anyone can join. Not many people know about the club anyways, or know where to join, but it's there. And it survived two leadership leaders on its third leader. So she's going to be graduating and leaving and making her mark and making her legacy there too as well. Yeah, we're all graduating very soon. So soon this whole round dancing thing will, I don't know, we'll still be there. We'll still be there, but in a different capacity. Some students don't even go anymore to round dancing. So let's round dancing 2020. I hope that this tradition lasts longer. Hope this tradition lasts longer for many of us, for me and this other classmate. But eventually I won't be able to round dance anymore because I'm too old, and we'll see. I'll try and extend this. Maybe life gets busy. Maybe I get busier. When I enter the real world, not this incubated room that's been trying to incubate me for 40 years now because of my disability. So, all right, so our 40-minute mark. You guys have been a wonderful audience for Wicky Woo's going to schools, and I love you guys, and we'll see what this semester holds for us. And thank you for watching our show. We're gonna be right back with you. And nam namo padme hum, nam namo padme hum, nam namo padme, nam namo padme hum. This is also Boo. I'm also thinking of changing my name from Mickey Woo to Buddha Belly or something. Yeah, Buddha Belly would work. Anyways, hope you guys have a great semester out there in the world. Hope you guys do take advantage of reading week and just veg out, spend some time with some classmates. Spend some time with some classmates. I have no more hair left. All my hair has been sacrificed in this whole program. Like I said, 2 years ago I used to have lots of hair, but now I have no more hair left. I just basically, me and my dad, we just basically use the hair, the barber just to trim all this shit in the back so it doesn't get too scraggly, but we've lost all our hair. Baldness is hereditary, especially in the male, the older male or whatever. I guess I inherited all the wacky genes. So thank you very much. 40-minute mark.